Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Happy Thanksgiving. We're here. It is Thanksgiving 2023 or 1823, wherever you want to be in the time zone.
Or 1796, because this turkey is from American Cookery, the very first cookbook published in the United States by Amelia Simmons, and it is American Cookery. Oh my gosh, though, let's talk about this turkey.
This thing took forever to cook.
Thanksgiving is the most intimidating meal to make for a lot of people. And even for me, turkey is just something that I don't do. I don't do turkey, okay?
We're chicken people.
I will gladly eat turkey, but I cannot cook a turkey to save my life. I don't know what it is about it. I've had some really, really amazing turkeys, but every time I make it, it just ends up being a disaster, and boy, is this no different. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I already tried a sample of this, and I don't know if it's just because it's a recipe from 1796 or what, but boy, it's kind of like chewing on shoe leather.
Now, this thing cooked for about 4.5 hours, I think.
No, it was only 4 hours.
Only 4 hours?
4 hours, maybe a little less.
It got tough.
It got tough, man. I didn't think we were going to be able to cut through this. I'm just being honest with you all. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, this is fantastic. We never make mistakes. That's not true. We made a mistake or something. Also, do you want to show them the rear end of this beast?
There's the butthole.
There is the turkey's butt. So it's empty.
It said to stuff this thing with the mashed potatoes, which you guys seen her do, but somehow they dissipated while they was cooking in the cauldron.
They disappeared. They're gone. There's nothing inside of there. Where did they go?
I didn't eat them.
I didn't eat them either.
Mishmish did it.
They disappeared. Oh, Mishmish did it. Okay, so now you might be thinking, well, it's because you didn't tie it up. That might be the case.
I never would have thought to do that, though.
But we butchered this bird ourselves, and maybe we didn't do a top professional job, so we didn't really leave ourselves enough room at the end to sew it up anyway.
That's my fault.
Ron, you did fine.
I'm not a butcher.
You did fine. Let's tell them a little bit about this turkey, though.
This turkey or the story leading up to this turkey?
This turkey.
This turkey.
The story of this turkey.
So, last week we went to the local turkey farm guy, is what I'll call him.
Well, he's a friend of ours.
He's a friend slash farmer. He has 100 turkeys. We go there. He has one picked out for us. It's a black Spanish turkey. Real beautiful bird.
Exotic.
I think its name was Gilbert. I said, oh, it's got a name?
Gilbert.
And he said, yeah, Gilbert here is a friendly bird. He loves everybody, and
he's my pet.
He's a pet. Now, they didn't know we were going to eat him at that point. They thought we just wanted one on the show. And I said, I feel a little guilty of taking your pet and,
Yeah.
And he said, oh, you're going to eat him? I said, yeah. He said, oh, well, my dad picked this one out for me to give to you. I said, well, you got one you don't like? I'd rather take one of them instead. He's like, well, I'll call my dad and we'll see. So anyways, Justy and I pay for the bird. We hop in the vehicle.
With the bird in the back seat.
Yes, he's calm. He's laying down.
He's so nice.
Yes, we get maybe a half a mile up the road, and we're like, you know what? We can't butcher this guy.
He's too nice.
I said, we're going to have to just get another bird and not show the butchering part, because this guy is too nice, so we'll just put him in the pen with the chickens, blah, blah, blah.
See how it works out.
30 seconds later, the farmer's son calls me back and says, hey, my dad says he's got a real mean one that you can have. And so we go back there and we get him, and which is this guy. So, he squalled all the way home. And
his name's Albert. His name was Albert.
No, it was Gilbert.
The mean one.
The mean one's name was Henry.
Oh, Henry? Oh.
Apparently he had a name, but he was mean.
I don't know where I got that
He would attack you and peck you, but whenever we had him in the, when I got hold of him, he just whined and cried. And
yeah, we heard he was really mean and he would attack people, so we didn't feel so bad about it, but here he is, and I don't know if he's just being all tough because in life he was mean and tough or what, but...
He had a beard on him. For those of you that turkey hunt, he had like an 8-inch beard on him, and the spurs are probably 1.25 inches, an inch long or so. So he was a big bird. We should have weighed him. I wish I would have weighed him. He's easily 25 pounds.
He was all feathers, though, as you can see. I mean, he's a normal-sized turkey.
Right, but he was a big bird, though. He was tall.
Ron, I wish you luck. Go and cut this bird for yourself, and you all will see how dang hard and tough he is.
Let me flip him over here. Let me go for some of the white meat up here. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, you're doing actually a very good job. You are using a totally different knife than I did.
Now, don't judge me. I ain't no carver either.
No, we're not very good.
I don't work at the Ponderosa on the weekends.
No.
Those guys, they'll carve you up.
You killed him!
I'm just butchering him again.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. That's cooked perfect though.
Wow, okay. You
On the
got
inside?
you got a good slice. Maybe the wing just isn't good. Maybe the rest of it is
Here,
good.
let me go in for a leg here. Let's try that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, he's not coming off. How about some thigh? Okay, not him either. It's not done!
It's not done?
I don't understand.
We cooked it for 4 hours.
It's bleeding.
It's not done?
Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
We'll
be down on the toilet seat all night.
I
if you
was
eat
just
that.
staring at Ron while he was cutting into it, and I saw a little bit of pink, and I was like, speechless, not really knowing what to say. And then he said, well, let's not eat that leg. Let's move on to another part.
The leg is real bad. And off camera, I even stuck a thermometer in it.
It's at 165 degrees.
Yeah, on the breast. The breast is fine.
Oh my gosh, this thing is terrible. We cooked this thing for 4 hours.
Here, I'll eat this little bit of meat here.
But the breast looks fine. It looks done. The wing's definitely done.
It tastes good though.
It tastes good. So I don't even...
Here, let me try some of that gravy.
Tell them a story about the gravy too. You told me a hilarious story about one time when you made gravy for your friends.
Now that's the bee's knees. I wish we had some toast or some bread.
The bee's
That's
knees,
good.
he said?
Okay. Here, let
Okay,
me give you guys the beauty side. Now don't worry, he won't go to waste. I'll finish cooking him the
Another day.
a modern way tomorrow. But
oh wow, that is good.
So, modernly speaking,
How is this the beauty side? It's bleeding.
Is it?
There's a pool of blood.
This side here is pretty.
It's sitting in a pool of blood. This Thanksgiving has been a failure. It's been a disaster. We've been here all day slaving away cooking.
I'm so hungry too. What about the cranberries? Wait a minute. We're getting ahead of ourselves here. Let me go back to the story she mentioned
about the gravy.
I am decent at cooking a turkey in a modern oven. I'll spatchcock it. That means butterfly in a turkey. I lay it out. I put my herbs, my sages, my lemon slices, my onions. Anyways, when it comes to the gravy, it's just the turkey drippings with some flour in it. I don't use the packages of McCormick or whatever for turkey or for gravy. And I took, we had a Friendsgiving, if you will, last year. And I took the turkey and the gravy to it. And everybody said, Ron, this gravy is so dang good. And I was like, I know, right? And then come a couple hours after the event was over, I was getting text messages saying, hey, what was in that gravy? Because all their girlfriends or wives were on the toilet. Their stomachs couldn't handle the greasiness. So I told Justine, go easy on the gravy because it's greasy.
Yeah, there's nothing here that's edible. What are we gonna do? We're gonna starve.
Yeah, we did one more thing wrong too.
What?
We forgot to say a blessing. It is Thanksgiving.
Of course we're gonna say a blessing,
Now,
but are we really gonna eat?
Well, I took one bite, but even if I don't go any farther, let's go ahead and say the blessing.
Okay.
Because there are many things to be thankful for.
Yes. Who's gonna do it? You or me?
Would you like to, or shall I do it? Who did it last year?
I don't.
Rock, paper, scissors for it?
Rock, paper, scissors. It's on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
Lord, dear Lord, thank you for all of our friends and family. We hope that all of our friends and family have a safe and happy Thanksgiving this year and have plenty to eat. Hope everybody can spend time with their family and with their friends. And
please don't let this bird kill us, God. I have so much I have left to accomplish in my life. I have a garden I gotta tend to, an orchard. I got this man I gotta raise and feed. Please don't let this bird kill me tonight. I have things to live for. And please bless everyone who's watching today. We love them all.
Yes. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yes.
Sometimes I can't find the words. I'm a quiet prayer in real life. On TV here, sometimes it's hard to find the words.
Can you all see it's just like sitting in a pool of blood?
Yeah. That's rare. You like a turkey rare or medium?
You like your turkey rare?
Well, let me have some of that cranberry. Let's see what that tastes like.
Okay, is this the one thing on the table that's edible?
I hope so.
That's been saved. Hey, I got the spoon here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so do you want to put on the plate with the turkey?
No, because the turkey's not done.
Oh, okay, here you go.
How about we grab another spoon? We'll just share this bowl. How about that?
Okay.
Hey, don't worry. It's not over just because we can't eat it. We got some Thanksgiving holiday fun facts to talk about. Well, first let me review this cranberry sauce.
Thanksgiving has been a disaster. Food-wise.
Is that cinnamon?
Yeah.
That's good.
Very sweet.
I like that.
Okay.
That'd be good in a pie.
Yep, it would be. I'm glad you like it. Guess this is what we're eating for dinner tonight. And then maybe we'll go to McDonald's later. I don't know.
McDonald's?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I'd rather go to Taco Bell.
Okay.
So, we want to get into some of these fun facts for Thanksgiving. Things that people might not know. Like Thomas Jefferson. Do you know he's the only president to not issue a Thanksgiving proclamation out of the United States history? Because all the presidents up until Abraham Lincoln, who made it a reoccurring holiday on the last Thursday of every year, you had to announce that this day shall be set aside for Thanksgiving. And he was the only one who didn't do that.
That's right. Thomas Jefferson, he refused to endorse Thanksgiving. He declined to make a proclamation for the holiday in the year 1801. And the reason why he did that is because he thought that Thanksgiving was a Christian holiday, which nowadays we don't really view Thanksgiving as being a Christian holiday, but back then they actually did view it. It was a day of peace with your family and a day of prayer. So it did kind of have Christian notes once upon a time. And so Jefferson said that he didn't want to mix government with religion. However, Jefferson had once upon a time declared Thanksgiving a holiday when he was serving as governor of Virginia. So this is before he was president, in the year 1779. Now, in this year, he declared a day of prayer and Thanksgiving with his family. So when he was later asked when he was a president, why would he declare Thanksgiving as a holiday when he was a governor but not when he was a president, he replied back and he said because as a president, he believed he could not endorse such a holiday without conflicting with the First Amendment. He also considered days of Thanksgiving to be the responsibility of the states and not the federal government. So he thought that the federal government should not have the authority to proclaim the holiday.
Among other things. You know, another interesting presidential fun fact about Thanksgiving is James Madison, I believe in 1815, issued 2 Thanksgiving proclamations.
He liked his food.
He wanted 2 Thanksgivings that year.
Wow, so, okay, it's not like I'll say no. So, you guys remember the tradition of sparing the turkey's life?
Yeah.
Pardoning the turkey. They do it at the White House every single year. The president will pardon the turkey. So that actually goes back not that far back into the past. I always assume that it's something that we've just been doing since the very beginning. But it's actually President Harry Truman, who was the president through the 40s and the 1950s. He presided over the first live turkey ceremony. Originally, the birds were presented to be eaten for the Thanksgiving meal at the White House. The presented birds were given, and they had a sign around their neck that read, "Good eatin', Mr. President." John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson, they both had the turkeys that had the sign around their neck that said, "Good eatin', Mr. President."
Now, it's even said that Abraham Lincoln once gave clemency to a turkey at Thanksgiving, but he then ate the same turkey at Christmas,
at Christmas. It had nothing to do with the modern day tradition. He just spared the turkey's life for Lord knows why. I think his son ended up adopting the turkey and using it as a pet for a month or whatever. But then he ended up eating it for Christmas. So now, what was eaten at the very first Thanksgiving meal? Now we're going back, really, really far back. So you might assume, okay, it was turkey and cranberry and stuffing and pumpkin pie and all that stuff. And I'll admit, even I thought, okay, that can't be true. There's no way. They did not seriously eat the generic modern Thanksgiving foods for Thanksgiving during the 1600s. Well, it turns out they actually did. It turns out they did. And something that's worth noting here is almost all these foods are actually native to the Americas.
Yes.
So turkey is native to the Americas. Cranberries are native to the America. Potatoes, which I swear we put potatoes in here, but they magically disappeared. They are native to the Americas. Pumpkins that we use in pumpkin pies, that is native to the Americas as well. Pecans, if you make pecan pie, that is also native to this country. So that is why we have a day of Thanksgiving where we eat our traditional local regional foods.
And corn, if you have corn.
Corn, yes. You could eat cornbread on Thanksgiving. So there are only 2 surviving records of first-hand accounts of people that actually attended the first Thanksgiving in the 1600s, in 1621. So the first one, I'm going to read them both to you. This is by Edward Winslow. He wrote a letter home to a friend describing what happened during this gathering. I'm going to read it out to you the best that I can, because this is kind of ye olde English. Our harvest being gotten in, our governor sent 4 men on fowling, that so we might, after a special manner, rejoice together after we had gathered the fruit of our labors. They 4 in one day killed as much fowl as, with a little help beside, served the company almost a week, at which time, amongst the other recreations, we exercised our arms, many of the Indians coming amongst us, and among the rest their greatest king, with some 90 men, whom for 3 days we entertained and feasted, and they went out and killed 5 deer, which they brought to the plantation and bestowed on our governor, and upon the captain and others. Now, the second surviving document is by a gentleman named William Bradford, and he described the autumn of 1621, aka the first Thanksgiving, by saying, "And besides waterfowl, there was great store of wild turkeys, of which they took many, besides venison, etc. Besides, they had about a peck a meal a week to a person, are now since harvest Indian corn to that proportion."
Interesting.
So that means the first Thanksgiving definitely had a lot of deer, and it did actually have turkeys, and it did have corn involved, and waterfowl, which would be ducks and geese. Yeah, so they had all that, and somehow we know they had pumpkins. I don't exactly know how, but everyone says that they had pumpkins, and I'm not really sure where the source comes from for that. But they would cook the pumpkin by putting the whole pumpkin in the oven, so to speak, aka in the fire. There was no crust or anything for a pumpkin pie. It was like literally a whole pumpkin. We made a video about it
last year for Thanksgiving, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, we did. Yeah, last year for Thanksgiving, where we taste tested 3 different pumpkin pies. One was from the first Thanksgiving, the second one was from the early 1800s, and the third one was modern.
Yes.
So do check that out.
Yeah. I have one more fun fact about Thanksgiving, which I didn't even know until I did some digging. Now, we celebrate Thanksgiving according to British history here, or English history here in America, but the Spaniards had their own Thanksgiving in the late 1500s in Florida. Yeah. I have no idea what they ate. I couldn't find the answers to that, but I'd be curious what they probably had gator down there, maybe?
Yeah, gator. I can see why we didn't accept that as being the first Thanksgiving.
Well, what do you guys want to see next? Do you want to see This Week in History, or do you want to see some of our goodies that we found at an antique mall this past weekend? What should we do first?
Let's share some of the goodies that we found at an antique mall this weekend.
So, we've been on a cauldron kick. As you guys seen a couple weeks ago, we found a cauldron.
I'm getting this out of here.
Well, leave the cranberry sauce.
Okay, but I'm getting rid of this bloody turkey. I think everyone's had enough of this. They don't want to look at this anymore. sit there and eat cranberry sauce?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I'm not judging. You can do that.
Take this too.
Okay. Oh.
Don't spill the blood.
Ew, 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 ew. Oh. Oh,
Don't worry. I'll reiterate one more time. He's not going to go to waste. We're going to throw him in the oven and eat him
we're going to try to figure it out. But yeah, that's all pink in there. Oh my gosh. Oh, how could... We cooked them for 4 hours.
Yes.
I don't even have room to put this plate. Okay. So, we got 2 things.
Yes, we did. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Yeah, well, 3 technically, but 2, yes.
Oh.
So we got a new cauldron 2 or 3 weeks ago at the fort. We found another one. Now this one is really old.
This is really, really old.
And yet it's in immaculate shape. This one is...
This is even lighter than the other one that we were talking about last week.
Yes, this one is from the Revolutionary War period.
Mm-hmm.
And what indicates that is the gate mark at the bottom, which the one that we showed a week or 2 ago has a horizontal line. That indicates it's 19th century. This one does not have a horizontal line. It has a round spur in the center of it. That indicates that it is
earlier.
At least 1770.
Well, no, it could be up to 1810 from what we saw online.
Okay.
So it could be mid 18th century up to very, very early 1800s.
Yeah.
Either way, it's old as dirt and it's older than me and it's so cool.
And it's in excellent shape.
It is amazing. There's no cracks or anything. You can cook with it today. I mean, I'm excited to use it.
See, it's got the... it's hard to see. There's a round spur there on the bottom.
Yes.
But, so we'll be getting that cleaned up and using that in the near future.
Yes, when we saw this, when we put it upside down and we took a look at it, we were going crazy.
Now, I don't know anything about gate marks until we got the other one, and some guy told me, so I said, well, this one has a round one on it. Let's see what that's all about.
Yeah, let me bring the 2 out here. Okay, so this one, now we now believe that this one here is probably Civil War. It's probably not that early, so it's probably Civil War, this one. Whereas this one is probably Rev War or shortly after Rev War.
This one's in worse shape, too. But the dead giveaway is the gate mark I explained about, and then the ears.
Yes.
The pointier ears are early, or the rounder ones, those are later.
Ah. And don't even look at the handles, because both of these, the handles have been replaced.
This one didn't even come with the handle. I put that on.
Exactly. So, I don't know why, but the handles very rarely survive, so don't even look at that. But this is, like, crazy light and thin. I mean, I could just throw this in there. Woo!
That's another dead giveaway that it's
very
old.
light.
It's lightweight.
This is also very lightweight, but comparing the 2, I am just flabbergasted because this is even lighter than the other one. By... maybe 5 pounds.
It's really neat to have these old things. Just think of all the things it's cooked in its life.
I know, and it's about to cook some more.
Yes. Yeah, when we get these things, we don't put them on shelves. A lot of people like to, you know...
Yeah, they just
and then put it up on their shelf. We like to, you know...
Or they put flowers
We like to use it. Now, the other cauldron that we got, which was the one we cooked the turkey in. We got that yesterday.
Yes.
And when we bought it, the guy actually said, whatever you do, please don't put flowers in it.
Yeah.
And we thought, dude, it's going to a perfect home. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we're not that kind of people.
We know what we're doing. Now, that one is 1800s. The one we cooked the turkey in that giant, massive cauldron.
It's got a giant horizontal gate mark going down the bottom of it.
We don't know exactly, roughly, like, what are we talking, 1810, 1850? We don't know.
There's no markings on it.
Yeah, we only know it's from the 1800s, so it's also an antique, but it's so amazing we have to have it anyway, and the price that the guy gave it to us for was amazing.
We got that for $200.
$200 for that giant, massive cauldron. Yes.
With the stand, it's 24 inches in diameter, and it probably weighs 80 pounds.
Yes. Now, I know you might be thinking, $200 for a cauldron? Oh my gosh, I would never pay that much money.
A large one costs $200, and it's smaller than this.
Yes, but you can use that cauldron not only for your entire lifetime, as it's been around for probably 150 years, but you can use it for, I don't even know, you can make candles in there, you could do the dishes in there, you could do laundry in there, you could bathe your babies in it, you could cook.
You can scald
chickens in it, you could render lard in it, you could make apple butter in it, you could make anything in it.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. So there's like 50 million uses. I think it's worth it.
It's a tool.
Okay, so we paid $35 for this one. It's probably Civil War. This one.
That one was 110.
This was 100.
Oh, 100.
We paid $100 for this one, and this one's like Rev War.
Which is still a good deal because it's so old.
Yeah, I know they say it's not classy to talk about money, but we're being very transparent about it. So any of you guys out there that are interested in collecting things like this,
you'll know if you're getting ripped off or not.
Exactly.
Or if you're trying to sell something, you'll know.
Yeah.
I don't think the guy knew what he had with that one. Or this one.
Yeah, or if maybe
that price.
You want to start collecting these things, but you're too intimidated to start because you think, oh, it's going to be $5,000. No, $100 for this.
And I'll tell you the really cool one, the third one that we got.
Yeah, now that one, that was a steal of a deal. Okay,
yes.
Where is that?
It is right here. So
we found this in an antique mall in the back room where they usually keep all the junk, to be frank.
It's so heavy.
It's very heavy.
Now, we got some close-up pictures of this to show you, but we'll show it from afar right now to show the size of it. We found these irons. There's wafer irons and there's waffle irons for making waffles or wafers. Back in the day. These were $50, I believe.
$50!
And these things are typically
$300,
$400, and these are easily 200 maybe
old.
250 years old, and they're in immaculate shape. They have a small waffle grid on the bottom, and on the other side has the design.
Yeah, very beautiful design.
And they're massive. Now we have a set of waffle irons here that we've already had. And they are half the size.
Yeah, this one's huge.
And this one's heavy. I had to lug this thing around the antique mall for an hour.
This thing is like, how much do you think? 30 pounds?
Maybe 45.
45 pounds?
It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
Now, here's what the one that we have already looks like. It's
just plain waffle iron.
Plain waffle. So I believe that this one is a wafer because it's set up to make them really thin and really fine design.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a waffle iron, but then Ron pointed out to me that it does close completely flat. So that makes me think, okay, it makes something incredibly thin. So now I agree with you, Ron. I think it is a wafer iron.
Yes.
So we have a waffle and a wafer iron.
Now, as far as which one's older, I will say these are more crude, so they could be older.
Hide the side that has the beeswax.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
As far as which one goes older, these look more crude, but I mean, those could be older. They could be a really nice pair from the 18th century. Definitely at least the early 1800s.
Yeah.
And as far as these, it could be the same. Now
it's very hard to date these exactly.
These have some rust on them, so they've not been taken care of as well. But those are really nice. So they got a little bit of surface rust on them. We'll get them cleaned and oiled up and seasoned.
I think this is from the early 1800s, this one.
The early 1800s?
Yeah, I don't have anything that I can actually pinpoint to say that, really. But
it's just too refined?
It's just it's in very, very good shape. It's just in such good shape that I think it's probably from, I don't know, 1820, 1830, something like that. But either way, to get something like this from the back dusty antique mall for $50
is a steal.
Is a steal of a deal.
So anyways, that's this week's ye old
shopping haul. Yeah, we're slowly building up our collection of actual period cookware pieces.
Maybe we should do a video where we have all of our pieces out here and we talk about them and how to use them and etc.
Yeah, like something that I have here that I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite things in the whole cabin. This is a spatula from the early 1800s at least. It could even be from the 18th century, this spatula. But again, how in the world do you date a spatula? But it's the shape of it. So spatulas back then, they had this shape that I just cannot explain. It looks like a keyhole maybe. Whereas nowadays, they're just a straight rectangle.
Right.
But they shaped them like this, and it's very, very thin, made out of one piece of metal. So this one's early 1800s, maybe possibly 18th century, and we use this to cook all the time. It's as good as the day they made it.
It's flipped many of eggs and bacon.
Oh yeah, pancakes and whatever else. I mean, I swear they don't make things to last like they used to.
They don't. Because it's made of plastic.
It's made of plastic.
Or
it's toxic.
Or it's pot metal, recycled metal.
Right. Or it's metal with like 5 different pieces in it to make a spatula, whereas this is just one piece of metal, so it's less likely to break in places.
Solid.
Solid.
Well, hey, that's our show and tell segment. Let's get into the This Week in History segment, why don't we?
This week in history. Go!
Okay, so for This Week in History, I've got... Are you done? She's not done. Oh, okay. This Week in History, I've got for November 19th in 1831. We want to wish a happy birthday to our 20th president, James Garfield.
Happy birthday.
Next up for the same day, in 1834, we want to wish a happy anniversary to the 14th president and first lady, Franklin Pierce and Jane Pierce. They were married in New Hampshire, and also his birthday is this week as well on November 23rd. He was born in 1804 and died in 1869. Next up, November 24th, we're going to wish another happy birthday to the 12th President of the United States, Zachary Taylor. He was born in 1784 and he died in 1850.
Happy birthday.
And we've got, let's see, next one is November 25th. We're going to wish a happy anniversary to U.S. President William Harrison and First Lady Anna Harrison, who were married in 1795.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Lots of birthdays and anniversaries today.
Yeah, so well, it's happy news at least.
Yeah. Happy.
Yeah, happy, unlike our turkey. Not happy. No, not happy.
And I think that's all I've got for This Week in History.
Okay.
I do want to talk about some places that we visited this past week.
Sure thing.
We visited the Campbell House in St. Louis. It's a Victorian house. It's very beautiful. And I'm not even into Victorian gaudy stuff, but this place was nice.
I'm really surprised that you liked it. I thought you would hate it.
I could appreciate it.
It's my 4th time visiting that house. I really thought Ron was just like all the everything. It's so much stuff.
It's not my style, but I can appreciate a good thing.
It's completely different than the houses from our time period that we're used to, which are borderline minimalist in comparison to the Victorian
and
houses.
That's what I like.
Me too, actually. You know, the Victorian stuff is cool. I can appreciate certain rooms, but man, do I love a good federal period room.
And we visited a couple other places around St. Louis as well. Met some great people. Beautiful, beautiful homes. We also ate at a 1770s log cabin / restaurant nowadays. It was a tavern back in the 1800s, and apparently Ulysses S. Grant used to dine there quite often. So it was pretty neat to eat there in a place that was 250 years old and also had a U.S. president visit frequently.
That building has been open since before the Declaration of Independence was signed.
Yes.
It was built in 1770, and it's in
it was originally in St. Louis County.
Oh, they moved it.
And they moved it, I think maybe 50 years ago. They moved it about 10 miles down the road.
To Kinswick.
Into Jefferson County, I believe it is, here in Missouri, in a little town called Kinswick, which a lot of people know about because they have their huge apple butter festival. And they got lots of cool shops. But anyways, it was a really neat place to have dinner. And quite enjoyed it.
Food was good. If you're going from St. Louis down to St. Genevieve, you're going to travel by Kinswick, so do check it out. It is a town that has a lot of old buildings in it.
Yeah.
Mainly Victorian, but they do have some older stuff.
Yeah. And that's all the places that we went, I think.
Yeah, it was a very good weekend. So hey Ron, let's talk about the Christmas cards.
The Christmas cards,
yes. The Christmas cards, it's happening.
It is happening.
It's live.
We have been making Christmas cards like Santa's little helpers make toys.
Yeah, we're elves now.
So we just sent off I think 9 this morning.
Yes.
9 or 10. It was this thick, so whatever that is. And so if you guys would like to send us a Christmas card, we will send you guys one back. Be sure to write your return address really nice and clear for us, and then we'll make sure that gets to you. And
I am so excited.
I know. Last year we had 300 and I don't know, 50-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
It was over 300.
It was a lot. my Christmas cards.
Because we had them hanging all back here, and that was really cool.
Yeah, and the Chew Chat from around Christmas time last year, we strung all the actually it might have been around New Year.
It was right after Christmas.
Because we were waiting, because we had a lot of late ones that came a few days after Christmas. So we waited until about New Year and we strung them all in the cabin. And on Chew Chat you can see it, and it completely covered the wall from ceiling to the floor.
It was really neat.
It was really, really neat. And I'm really excited this year to get the next wave.
I'm curious where the farthest one's going to come from. And I'm not, don't take that the wrong way. Last year we had one that came all the way from, I think there was a Romania one.
Oh, that's right. We did have one from Romania.
There's one from Australia. Now, they might win actually, but as far as remote places go that you wouldn't think, it's pretty neat. Like if somebody lives in the Arctic and you're watching, that'd be really cool to get one from the Arctic.
Do you live in the North Pole? That would be very relevant for this time of the year. Please send us a Christmas card. We will write you back.
Yes.
And if you're wanting to find out the address to send the card to, it's in the description of this video, but it's also always going to be in the About tab of our channels.
Yes. Now, they did change the About tabs. YouTube changed that maybe a month ago. It does not say About there anymore. It works like a description on a video, where it's when you go to the home page, there's a little arrow thing, you click it, and then it will drop down and show you the description of that channel.
They made it a little bit more complicated, didn't they?
Why do they gotta change things
all the time? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But that's how I am with technology. I'm like, why are they constantly changing it?
Hey, I think I hear a meow meow outside.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Mish Mish. Come here. Come here, kitty.
Oh, there he is.
Come here, buddy.
We have to show you guys Mish Mish's new collar.
Oh, okay.
We have to show you his new collar.
He's got a very nice leather collar.
Leather collar.
That says Mish Mish on it.
It's finally, we got him a period correct collar. They've had leather pet collars since ancient Roman times. So it has his name on it, and it also has our phone number, which isn't very period correct, but okay.
And yes, Mish Mish has gotten a little chunky. He's putting on weight for wintertime.
Don't you talk about my Mish Mish.
Well, they're commenting on it saying he's chunky, which is fine.
He's just trying to keep warm for the holidays. You know, we all put on some pounds. Hey, Mish.
Thanks for saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Say hi.
They missed you. Hey, Mish. Put him on the table, Ron, so they can all see him.
This one time you're allowed up here. There's no food.
Yes.
Lay down. Don't play with the fire. You'll wet the bed.
Good boy.
Don't. No, don't do it.
No, he knows not to. They have a natural instinct. Hey, Mish.
Well, hey. If you guys are looking for a last-minute Christmas present, now I say last-minute because I've already done my Christmas shopping.
Really? What'd you get me?
I ain't telling you.
What did you get me for Christmas?
I'm not telling you this year. She got it out of me last year, like the day before Christmas. Like, okay, you can open up too.
I don't handle surprises. I can't. I just say, "What'd you get me? What'd you get me?"
But anyways, if you're looking for a great little Christmas gift, we have it for you. The coloring books are back in stock, and we've probably sold about 30 right now.
Yes.
Don't do it, Mish Mish. It'll hurt you.
Don't do it.
And so, if you'd like one of the coloring books that we have made here, please send $8 to our address, and I will send you one out immediately upon arrival of payment.
Yes.
And they're fun. They're great with crowns. Colored pencils I really like, or you can use the fine tip washable markers with them. Or you can paint them. I'm sure somebody would like to paint them too. But
Ron did a fantastic job.
Colored pencils is he's like, I'm out of here.
Well, fine. I didn't like you anyway.
But all jokes aside, we hope you all have a really good and happy Thanksgiving with your family or your friends. Or if you're a loner and you like it by yourself, I mean, hope you enjoy that time and your food is good and cooked. And just be patient if you're traveling on the roads and stuff. I've driven in it. I know it's crazy, but
drive safe, please.
You don't want to have an accident. No.
So be safe out there. And that doesn't just mean drive safe, it also means eat safe, which is why we're not eating this tonight. I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but we'd have our early graves.
Oh yeah, we'd be down on the toilet seat for the rest of this evening if we ate that. And we've got a lot of Thanksgivings to get to tomorrow, so I don't want to ruin that. So
plus there's a chance of, death and dying. It's a small chance.
Just massive amounts of diarrhea.
Which could lead to death and
dysentery.
dying. Yeah, just, you know, dysentery, the #1 cause of death in the Civil War.
Also, if you are going to be cooking your own turkey, be sure to have a fire extinguisher handy.
Oh, yes.
Especially if you're deep frying. Don't do it inside your house. Do it outside in the driveway. You know, there's so many every year. Somebody throws in a frozen turkey into the hot grease and
Ever. Do not fry frozen anything.
No. It explodes.
Make sure it's fully defrosted before you fry it, or else death and dying might ensue.
And the most important part about cooking a turkey, make sure you remove the giblets bag.
Oh, yeah!
Some people forget it, and
Right.
then they say, what is this? It all cooked in there, so make sure you remove all that
Thank
stuff
you,
out
Ron.
before you cook
I don't know what these people would do without you.
I'm just doing my public service duty here.
And you know what? Here's some final advice. Make sure you brush your teeth before you go to bed at night.
Now you're just being sarcastic.
Brush your hair 100 times. It's good for hair growth.
100 times?
That's what they say.
Like 1,
Yeah,
2,
you gotta count
3. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other advice. Do not eat yellow snow. Do you have any other advice?
I don't.
Never go to bed angry. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, hey, we love you guys. We'll see you next week, and this place will look different. We'll be decorated for Christmas, hopefully.
That's right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
Take
Thanksgiving.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all thought we were joking. It ain't Taco Bell, I wish, but McDonald's is only 5 minutes down the road from the old cabin. So here we go. Get me some chicken nuggets.
Thank you for choosing McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app?
Hi, can I please get a 10-piece chicken nugget and a cheeseburger with extra pickles, please?
And can I get an apple pie?
Any sauce?
No sauce. Oh, ranch, please. And can I get an apple pie if you guys have that?
Is that all?
Do you also have the pumpkin pie?
We do.
Yes. Can I please get a pumpkin pie?
Is that all for you?
Yes, ma'am.
1072 First Window.
Thank you very much. All right, so we're gonna try this Thanksgiving meal again.
We got traditional American food here because that's what we do on Early American.
Yeah, chicken nuggets and cheeseburger.
Here we go.
I haven't given you my official review.
Ron's gonna give his official review.
Those are
Okay,
nice.
1 out of 10. What would you give this chicken nug?
It's probably been 9 months since I've had chicken nuggets. This is good.
What would you rate it?
I'm gonna give these on a chicken nugget scale from 1 to 10. Like, you know, they've been sitting on the shelf for 2 hours, or they're 10 hot and fresh. I'm gonna give these a 9 because they're really hot, but they didn't just fry them because they literally we pulled up and then they handled them out the window. So they're hot. They were probably cooked maybe 5-10 minutes ago.
That's great.
How about yours? How's your burger?
Okay, it's got extra pickles, extra American traditional cheese. It's good. I would give this a 10 out of 10.
Really?
This is fantastic.
Are you saying it because you're just hungry?
No, well, yes, I am.